Hi, my name is Mike Wood, and I just want to give a short little testimony today and hopefully be able to reach out to somebody, and hopefully this will help you in your walk and let you grow just from my experiences. I'm 33 years old. I'm far from perfect. I'm working in that every day, and I know that I'm never going to be perfect, but the plan is to get more like God and just be more like Him. Growing up, I was always a good kid, you would say. I got decent grades. I was a good athlete, respected my parents, respected all my elders. Did everything right according to the community and whatnot. But I was far from being a good Christian. I knew there was a God. I didn't know anything about God, but I knew there was a God. And I just kind of rolled with that, told everybody I was a Christian just because I knew there was a God. Like I said, I didn't have any more detail than that. I was a good kid, but a terrible Christian. As I got older, I started doing a lot of things that I shouldn't have did, and not everybody would see that on the outside, but I was living a lifestyle that I shouldn't live, and I was a pro boxer, and it made a lot of bad habits come a lot more easily. Reaching out and hanging around with the wrong crowds and wrong lifestyle and wrong women and just a lot of wrongs. Boxing itself wasn't wrong. It was just the lifestyle I was living was wrong. I carried on with that for a while, and when I was 19, I ended up getting my girlfriend pregnant at the time, and that definitely wasn't the plan. I didn't plan on having kids until I was way older and didn't plan on settling down, and it just kind of happened, and that kind of was the start there. It kind of woke me up, and I tell everybody, because of my daughter, I found God. I started going to church because it was the only thing I knew to straighten up. I still didn't know really what God was or what I needed to do, but I figured the best place to start was going to church. And from there, one thing led to another. I was going to church even though I'd go on Sundays, and I always wasn't there mentally like I should be. Be going out on the weekends, and I never was focused on Sundays, but I was still making an attempt and a start. I was planting the seed in me, and within a few years, I gradually started catching on, listening a little more, and taking a little more out of God's word, and and it just amazes me how God can use anybody. You don't got to be a perfect suit and tie type Christian. I was always, like I said, an athlete and wild, and he's definitely slowed me down. It's kind of crazy. About 6 years ago, my pastor came up to me and said, "Hey, Mike, I heard you're an ex-pro boxer." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, how would you feel about starting a boxing and exercise ministry here at the church?" I looked at him like he was kind of crazy. I said, boxing, we hit each other. It doesn't sound very church-like." And he said, "Oh, I think it would be a great outreach for the young adults and teenagers. Just kind of get them in the door here at church and let them see that anybody can find God." I said, "All right, we'll give it a shot and see how it goes." And boy, was I surprised. Over the years, we've reached a ton of people. I mean, the gym is always packed. We always start off our sessions with group prayer, and we've had boxing shows. The first boxing show we put on, we had 9 people accept Jesus just in the boxing event, and people were amazed by that. And, everybody at the church that wasn't on board then, they kind of jumped on board. Like I said, God can use anybody with with this boxing ministry that I've associated myself with now, and I get to run this ministry. I tell everybody it helps me as much as it helps all the people that I'm working with. It holds me accountable, puts me in front of everybody, and just kind of puts the light on me. So I have to be walking the walk, doing as I'm preaching to everybody, and it's really made me a better person in the long run. I say that I'm doing a lot better, and I am, but there's still a whole lot wrong that I do, and I'm still working on that every day. And I'm just thankful that I got a great, amazing family around me now. Now I've settled down. I'm married for almost 2 years. I got a stepson, my amazing daughter, and just life's great. I go through struggles like anybody, but when it all comes down to it, life's good because God's good. That's my testimony. I'm Mike Wood.